What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me again today. Today we're going to take another step in my journey of learning about recording and outboard gear and all that type of stuff. And today is going to be about microphone preamps. And basically what a microphone preamp is it's almost self-explanatory. It takes that signal from your instrument or from your microphone, which is a very, very small signal, and it amplifies it so it can be used with other devices or going into your DAW so you can then further edit it on your computer. So a lot of people ask, do you need preamps? Do you need special preamps? Do you need expensive preamps? Are cheap preamps good enough? And to answer the first question, do you need preamps? Yes, you need preamps in order to get the signal loud enough to work with other pieces of gear or to work within your DAW. Now, do you need expensive preamps? Do you need separate preamps from your interface? And that answer to that question is no. Your interface already has preamps built into it. If you look like this interface, this was my first interface ever. This is a 2-channel Presonus AudioBox, and basically these two inputs here are preamps, or they have preamps built into them. So you get your signal from either your microphone or your instrument, guitar, bass, whatever it is, keys, and it goes into here and it hits a preamp, and then that takes it up to line level, and then it goes into your converters. And what a converter is, it just takes the analog signal, which an analog signal is a signal from your instrument or from your microphone, and it converts it to digital so it can then be worked with within your computer. And that's what these devices are. These are called interfaces. So this was the first one I got, and it served me well for quite a while, but I wanted to upgrade. I wanted something with more channels and some better quality preamps. So I then upgraded to an AudioBox 1818 VSL, something which I still use today. So basically, to answer that, yes, you do need preamps in order to work in a digital world or in any audio world for that matter, but you don't necessarily need expensive ones. If you want to go with like vintage style Neve or APIs, you're going to be paying thousands and thousands of dollars. But technically any preamp will do the job at taking the signal from your instrument and amplifying it into a workable signal. So right now I have 5 different brands of preamps, and we're going to take a look at all 5 of those, and we're going to do a little bit of a comparison. I'm going to do a spoken voice comparison, a kick drum comparison, and a guitar comparison. And we're going to really try and listen to them and see if there's any audible difference between them, because some of them are on the lower end of the price and quality spectrum, according to a lot of people, and some of them are more on the high end. So we'll take a look at all these different types of preamps, and then we'll have a little shootout, and you can tell me what you think. Alright, so here we go. Here is my rack unit with all my preamps that we're going to be trying. The first one in line is the AudioBox 1818 VSL. This is also my interface that goes into the computer. This has 8 separate inputs and outputs. I believe they're X-Max preamps that Presonus uses in most of their products. I have the Focusrite Clarett OctoPre, which is an 8-channel preamp that is connected into the Presonus AudioBox via ADAT. I then have a Presonus Studio channel, which is a tube preamplifier. It's also got a built-in compressor and equalizer. Those are going to be bypassed for today's experiment. I'll probably do a separate video just on that unit. We also have the Warm Audio WA412, which is a 4-channel preamp. Each channel has its own separate 48-volt phantom power, tone, polarity, 20 dB pad, and then it's also got a high Z option, which allows you to use this 1/4-inch input instead of the XLR on the back. And then we have the AMLs, which is a company in the UK. It stands for Audio Maintenance Limited, and these are basically clones of the famous Neve 1073s. You can see right there, they're called Easy 1070 Pre's. And these are probably the most expensive out of the 5. So was it worth it? I don't know. They sound good to me, but you'll be able to decide for yourself. So I'll probably do some guitar tests. I'll play a riff, I'll put it on a loop. I'll do some vocal tests, maybe some kick drum tests, and we'll go from there. I will be playing the guitar out of my Super Reverb, and I'll be miking it with this Sennheiser E609. So pretty typical setup, nothing too fancy. I'll do some clean tones, some dirty tones, and stuff like that. So stay tuned, and you be the judge. Okay, thanks, bye. Alright, so this is going to be the vocal test. The audio that you're hearing right now is just out of the camera audio, the microphone on the camera. So here we go. This is me speaking into the RE320 with the AudioBox 1818 VSL preamps. Check 1, 2, testing. This is me speaking into the RE320 with the Focusrite Clarett OctoPre preamps. Check 1, 2, testing. This is me speaking into the RE320 with the Presonus Studio Channel preamp. Check 1, 2, testing. This is me speaking into the Warm Audio WA412 preamps. Check 1, 2, testing. This is me speaking into the RE320 with the AML preamps. Check 1, 2, testing. My God, this is exciting. So there we go. The mic preamp comparison is complete. What did you guys think? Did you hear a noticeable difference? Was it barely noticeable at all? Let me know in the comments below. Personally, I did hear quite a difference between the five. The AMLs seemed to be the most articulate out of all of them. The warm audios seemed the warmest, for lack of a better word. The Focusrites were really nice, especially in the highs, and I think it was because I had the air function enabled, which really kind of opens up the highs and the high mids, gives it, the airy sound. The Presonuses were both really good. The studio channel was a lot warmer. I think it's because that's a tube preamp, and the regular Presonus AudioBox ones were probably the least articulate of the five. They were a little muffled in some areas, kind of in the mids, but and the highs weren't very articulate. But all around, is this going to make or break a song? Definitely not. You can get away with, the normal stock preamps that are in the lower grade interfaces, and you'll be just fine. If you have extra money to spend and you want that little bit of different flavor, and it also depends on what type of instrument you're using. I noticed for the kick drum, I didn't like the AMLs as much because they didn't have a nicer low end. I thought the warm audios really took it in that regard, or in that category. But yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think. Let me know your comments. Let me know if you have any other suggestions for preamps that I could possibly compare to. And if you guys haven't already done yet, like and subscribe to the page because it really helps out. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care.